I want to talk about how 20 is feeling. It's not fresh 20, it's like later 20. Like I'm going to be 21 in a few months. And it's so weird because the minute it's like you're doing things with yourself, but I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes I feel like my efforts aren't really meaning anything, is what it is. I feel like sometimes the more I do, it feels like less. Like when I was doing Uber and I was working at McDonald's, I was doing 40 hours at McDonald's, and then after McDonald's, shut this fucking lawnmower up. After McDonald's, I was doing Uber, like Uber from like sun up, sun down type thing, and then do it over and over again. And I went through like a bad burnout at that stage, but even after when I burnt out, I was like, I'm making more money, but why does it feel like it's not amounting up to nothing? Why do I feel like everything I'm doing isn't leading me anywhere? And sometimes I feel lost, which doesn't make sense because I know what I want to do with my future and where I'm headed, but sometimes it's just, I feel like I'm wandering off, but I'm like slowly heading there, but I just feel like I have no sense of direction sometimes, and it's so weird because like again, like sometimes you just feel fine, but then other times you just all of a sudden start feeling down again. Like I have moments of happiness and stuff, but I don't know. But sometimes I just say things to myself like, "You're not deserving of this." Like, do you think you're in the right mind state for you to feel like this is like? Do you think you deserve to be happy? But then I remind myself, well, I deprived myself of happiness so long. I sat there by myself. So shouldn't I be able to just be happy for a little bit? Like feel something for a little bit, you know? And still that, I just like convince myself, no, this is like this, you don't deserve this. And I know it's wrong to say that, but it's just how I feel sometimes. And, you know, I like to remind myself, well, you're way further than you were before, you know, and that should mean something, you know. This time last year I was working at McDonald's, yes, but the thing is I wasn't a manager at McDonald's. So now I'm a manager, so it's like you accomplish something, but even sometimes your achievements feel so little when like you're the only one clapping for yourself is what it is. And maybe that's why I feel so small because you know, like I have Jade is always rooting for me, but you know, like Jade is someone who shows me that she's there. She's gonna be there, but like from a familiar face, like blood relative. You know, you wanna hear that from them. You wanna get patted on the back from them. And then when I don't get that, it's like I'm doing this for you. And then sometimes when even you're not acknowledging my efforts, it sometimes just feels like I'm doing it for nothing. For those who aren't even paying attention, is what it is. And you know, it makes me. I don't want to say it makes me sad because I haven't been sad for a minute. I'll just say I don't feel the best. I'm not happy, but I'm not sad right now. I feel like I'm just in the middle of them both, just barely getting through is what it is, you know? But then I tell myself, you know, this is better than how I was feeling the same time last year. So honestly, it's progression, you know, but I know I'm building somewhere. I'm making progress. You know, I'm actually stepping up that ladder. I'm going somewhere with myself, but it just takes time and it's about not giving up. And I know for some of you guys too, you might not have someone there like rooting for you, telling you keep going, chase your dreams and that stuff. And it gets discouraging at time. I really do feel discouraged a lot of the time, but it's about you just have to learn how to be there for yourself and then at a certain point realize that you don't even like you stop expecting an applause from other people and you start giving it to yourself. When I was able to stop my weed addiction and my vape addiction all by myself, I had to give myself a pat on the back because like this took a lot of time, but you know, I did it. And I didn't do it with the help of no one else. There was no one else telling me to stop but myself. That's why when you really do, like the thing is, when you become powerful and your words start becoming more meaningful, that's when you realize that at the end of the day, you don't even need advice for other people because you're giving it to yourself and it's actually working. But it depends. It takes a strong will to actually follow through on something that you want. Not everybody could do it. Like, it really takes a strong, like a certain individual. But I'm 20 and I'm doing it. I feel like I am getting older, and as older as I get, it shows you the more lonely you are, the more work orientated you become, the more people stop showing up as much as they used to. And honestly, it's a little bit disappointing, but at the end of the day, there's some things that are within our power, but other things we can't control. Of course, other people have their life, so you can't expect them to always show up the way you want them to. But you know who you can expect to show up? That's yourself. You see, that's why I rely on myself. That's why, to this point of being 20, I can say there's so much things I did for myself. I did it all. I did almost everything by myself. I bought my PC by myself. I got my car by myself. All of these things. And this is the thing. Last year when I was 19, I didn't have none of this. So it's like, now look where you are. You're making progress. Some people, they want the fast life. They want to jump and jump and jump. I don't want to do that. It's about pacing yourself, taking your time. 19, I bought my PC. 20, I got my car. These are little achievements. Every year I'm doing something different. And right now it is a bit slow, and that's fine. Like I said before, it was the tortoise that won the race. It wasn't the hare. So honestly, 20, it's like when you turn 20, or some of you who are 20 probably understand a little bit of what I'm talking about. But it's about like, sometimes I feel like, I'm in competition, and it's not even with other people, it's with myself. But then I like that it's with myself, because if it were with others, I would feel like I was truly left behind. But then when it's with myself, I'm like, look at who you were last year, 2 years ago, and look at who you are now, and who you're becoming, and what you're doing. You're winning. You're winning. But if I was looking at other people that way, I'd be like, oh well, they have this. They have their own apartment. They have their own car. They have a better car than me, and they have this. You see, that's when I would feel like I was always the losing dog. When it's with myself, I'm doing better than my yesterday self and my past self, and that's what matters. But 20, it is hard, I will admit. But at the end of the day, that ship will sail, and all you can do is sail through the fucking storm, and you have to keep going, because there is fucking sunshine and rainbows on the other side. So don't worry. All the work you're putting in, everything you're going through, it's gonna pay off one day. It's just about not giving up. Honestly, it gets hard, but it's about overcoming it. It's about overcoming those obstacles and keep going. Perseverance, guys. Keep going. I believe in all of you, and I hope you guys believe in me too. That's all I want to say for today, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'll catch you guys next time.